better than I thought yesterday was. Just a little bit more adjusted and more focused.
Rain had an effect at all on you guys?
Yeah, I had to wear more clothes. I mean, I think we framed the practice to where we needed to get a lot of good work done based on our performance yesterday, and so whether it was raining or snowing or sunny, I think the mindset was going to be right, and it was today.
How was your motorcycle ride?
It's fun. Just an hour or two of solitude.
How did you end up meeting Rocky? Do you remember your first?
Yeah, a pretty simple story. Brady Hoke was the defensive line coach at Oregon State, and I was Brady's GA. I had left Oregon State. Rocky was hired as the coordinator, and Brady was the D-line coach under Rocky. Brady then leaves to go to Michigan and refers or recommends me to Rocky, and I didn't meet him until he'd already hired me and I showed up to work. He basically called me on the phone and said, "I hear you're a good coach. Do you want to come to Oregon State?" I said, "Yes," and he hired me. That was it. It wasn't really an interview, and then I met him when I showed up.
You guys kind of click right away?
Oh, I think I just learned a lot about football in general and probably life in general, and so I had a lot of respect and admiration just because of how much he was getting out of the players in a pretty tough situation. That stuck with me.
Even though I know he helped you learn that defense, are there many nuances? I mean, do you even both have different ideas of little nuances to do within that defense?
Not necessarily. I think the defense is still his, and he learned it from Joe Lee Dunn, and so that's what we ran when I first came to BYU, and then have diverted and really don't run anything similar now. But the ideas are still ingrained, and I think Rocky's the master teacher of that particular scheme.
Compared to yesterday, were you pleased with today's practice?
Yeah, a lot better today. A lot more focused and a lot more precise.
Notre Dame was able to run the ball on you guys in the second half, and obviously San Jose State's going to watch that tape. Do you feel like you've got that patched up?
Man, I hope so. Good running backs sometimes just run through tackles and make you miss, and you leave a gap uncovered, and it doesn't take long for one to go a long ways. Really the main play that bothered me in the Notre Dame game was the short yardage play that looked like he was down and then squirted out. Without that, that's probably against Notre Dame the kind of run defense we were going to play, and we managed the points fairly effectively. So without any giant runs, if it's a similar performance, I think that will be close enough to make it a good game.
Bronco, you've got about 30 players on this team who are married. You've coached at other places before where that's not even close to the case. I'm just wondering from like a discipline standpoint, a maturity standpoint, what's different about coaching these guys at BYU?
So it's a lot different. They have other interests, meaning that before practice and after practice, they're caring for their schooling, they're caring for their wives, they're caring for kids in a lot of cases, and they have other aspirations just besides college football. And so having to balance it all is really a key thing. And on trips like this, when the wives haven't been used to preparing for a game or traveling with the team, it's a unique challenge just to make sure that they know what it's like to travel and prepare for a game.
How much leeway would a player have in terms of missing a practice or something like that?
Oh, they have quite a bit. They've missed practices for ultrasounds, for taking wives to doctor's appointments, for pregnancy tests. That's not accurate. I should have used something else. Things like that, I guess I should say.
Can you talk about the senior class that hit another final game?
Yeah, I really hope that they are able to play hard and play a really strong game to the finish, because that's what they've done all year, and I'd like to see them do that again.
Everything on schedule?
Yeah, so far.
The last time you'll be with some guys, some seniors, maybe a few underclassmen like Kyle, does that cross your mind much even this week as the season truly ends for you guys?
Yeah, in fact, that's where most of my thoughts are. It's hard. I really like this particular group of seniors, and they've been through a lot. And yeah, it's hard to think about not being with them again.
There's a lot of people in San Diego that are calling this a rivalry game. We don't like BYU. Do you feel the same way?
We don't. It's a nice regional matchup with a lot of history in the Mountain West Conference, but it's not a rival game for us. It's another great game, but we don't consider it that.
Coach, you on the quarterback front at all today?
No, nothing.
Coach, what Jamal has done for you at running back as a freshman, do you ever have anticipated that kind of?
Didn't anticipate it. We were hoping he could be the complement to Mike Elisa and learn and grow and develop and play a supplementary role. And with with Mike breaking his arm, and then Jamal to step up and carry the ball how he has, the ball security that he's had, the production that he's had. Pretty remarkable for a true freshman, and exceeded expectations in terms of what role and how he's performed.
How tough is it for a freshman to step in that position? I mean, he's going through the whole transition to college, learning the offense, all those things.
Yeah, especially hard when you're 17 and at BYU. So he's handled it really well, better than what I could have hoped.
Anything
really
else,
a testament to his parents.
Good.
Thanks.
Thanks, Coach.